When Rose was going to fight Joanna the first time, that was a lamb walking to slaughter. And we all knew it, and everybody loves Rose. Rose is like the most liked fighter in MMA. So it was one of those fights that we almost didn't get excited for. We almost looked the other way because we knew what was going to happen, and we just wanted it over with. Joanna's that good. So Rose goes out there. She shocks everybody. I think she surprised herself. And so now we're getting ready for part two. And one of the cool things about this, first off, I don't know who the better fighter is. I saw them fight. I saw who won, all of that. But it was one of those matches where we did need some more minutes. We needed some more positions. We needed some more trading. Maybe we needed some more rounds. Let fatigue and some of those intangibles set in there. Let someone get hurt and see if they can push through. Some of these things that can only be answered by having more moments of the fight. So it was supposed to be pretty straightforward. If Rose could get her to the ground repeatedly and eat up more time than she spent on her feet and get to a judge's decision, she had a shot of winning. But even that was a little bit dismissed. But that was the blueprint. That was kind of the large belief. I don't think anybody had her. I'd be really surprised if anybody cashed a single ticket in at the pay window because they picked Rose to knock her out, particularly if you go back even a further step that would have got you better odds. Could you get Rose to get her out of there by knockout in the first round? Bet Deicide was given like 16-1 for that. BetDeicide.com. I'd be surprised if anybody actually collected. Anybody. I mean that literal. Here's the point I'm trying to make. We're finally probably gonna see more minutes. Maybe we're gonna see that position. Maybe we're gonna see Rose on top and go into that grappling. I would suggest that Rose comes out and starts to engage with her hands and feet. She needs to reinforce what happened previously to Joanna. She needs to reinforce that, and she needs to do it right away. Getting that respect on the stand-up is how you set up your takedown. So if Rose does choose to go to the game plan that we thought she would have in the first fight, and a skill set that she most certainly possesses, she has to first engage her on her feet. So I think that that'll be what Rose does, and what happens after that, let's go ahead and see. I want to say this about Joanna, though. We have seen champions fumble in this sport, and we've seen the champions that have bought into their own hype, read the articles that were written about them, and then believed it. One way or the other, that's a dangerous slope. If they say you're the greatest thing in the world and you believe it, you got a problem coming. If they tell you you're terrible and you don't belong here and you believe it, you got a big problem coming. It's okay to read those things. It's not okay to believe them. Either way, up or down, don't believe them. So I want to say this about Joanna, though. We've seen fighters that have stubbed their toe out there, dealt with embarrassment, dealt with the lows, dealt with the heartache, and they don't come back. Joanna's coming back to take on the same gal, right? This is one of the reasons that Conor McGregor got so much street cred. When Nate Diaz beat him at 170 pounds in a 5-round fight, Conor said, I want the same opponent, I want it at the same weight class, and I want the same amount of rounds. I'm going to go deal with what stopped me before. I'm going to face this thing, and I'm going to figure a way around it. Cool move. Cool move. And when the history books are written, that's going to reflect very well on Conor. Cool move by Joanna, taking on the same opponent in the same weight under the same rules. That's what a fighter used to be. When I was growing up, a fighter was somebody that got up and moved forward when it was hard to do. Over my lifetime, that's changed. Now it's about the punches and the kicks and the strategies and the training camps and all that. The term fighter has been corrupted. I think Joanna really needs to be respected for that. She's walking into that same environment that we've seen other greats stay in bed and cover their head with the blankets for. She's a fighter. She's walking into that atmosphere. And now we know that she can lose. We didn't know that before. I mean, I have her as the best female fighter. I have her in front of Amanda. I have her in front of Cyborg. Move for move, skill for skill, talent for talent. I think she's the greatest female talent we've seen. But I'm not sure she can beat Rose. She already had one shot and she failed. Should she get over on Rose? I think we're going to go to part 3. I think this is an interesting potential trilogy, but it's a great rivalry either way.